Welcome back to Nyan Koi, aka Meow Love, Anime Review, Part 3. Yeah, this one discussing the final 3 episodes of the series, episodes 10 through 12. And these episodes kind of mostly delve into mostly in original territory, while also a little bit of the manga. At least it's not as bad as Mari Himari, where they just adapt like bits and pieces of chapters here and there. This one, they like in episode 11, they adapt the first 2 pages of chapter 15, and then nothing else. In the case of the final episode of the series, they adapt the last few minutes of the episode, adapt pages from chapter 16, and for some reason, that's as far as they go in 12 episodes. Okay, in episode 10. Exam time, and everybody's passed except for Kide. Yeah, except for Kide. Yeah, the childhood friend of Junpei. So, she has to write a 20-page report in local history. Oh boy, 20 pages. Oh my gosh. I was asked to do something similar to that back in college. Never actually did it because one thing, writing something that long takes a freaking long time to do. Like, for me, when it comes to typing reports, like if I were to do anything, like I only get as far as the title. That's it. I am not that good when it comes to writing stuff. So that's simply the way it is. Like sometimes I had to get my mother to help me out with stuff like that because I'm not good when it comes to that. Because I can't think of stuff like that off the top of my head. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It depends on the report, give or take. So basically, we have pretty much the whole gang team up with Kumi, who gives basically a local history lesson on pretty much the whole town. And they come across a cat statue. It looks like one of those good luck statues. I've seen this thing pop up in like one other anime I've seen in. And that was actually in Gintama, believe it or not. It's this one where you have this little cat will form, and the cat does this little paw like this. Yeah, apparently Ari and Cody basically don't like it when people graffiti this particular statue. And apparently, graffitiing the statue is actually bad luck. And they had to spend time cleaning it up and exercising it to make it angry. Yep. So, that's simply what it is. It's a fun little outing for the show. It's mostly put, you can kind of say this is kind of like the educational episode for the series because why not? Though they first start out basically with, well, they're at the temple and they go to various shopping places, another temple. Yeah, that's simply what happens in that one. In episode 11, this is of course very good. I actually like it when anime actually do this because not many I've come across actually have a Christmas episode. Well, at least episode deals with Christmas. The only anime I've watched actually deals with Christmas that I can think of, there is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Yes, that actually had a Christmas episode. I'm trying to think, was there any anime I've watched that actually had Christmas episodes? Well, there's Gintama, obviously. Yeah, that's another one. Let's see. There's Case Closed. That's dealt with a couple times over the course of its long run. Oh my gosh, yes, long run. Let's see. I know Fairy Tail did one for an OVA, but an actual main series, no, never did. But they did it for a single OVA, which technically, yes, I do count that as canon, because the OVAs are actually from short stories for Fairy Tail, so those are technically canon, mostly anyways. Any anime I watched basically about Christmas episodes? Let me think. I know Boruto One Piece never had any. Nope. Those never did. Bleach, surprisingly, as far as I can tell, never had a Christmas episode. But what about High School DxD? Nope, never did. Not even the book. I think the books they hinted at one point that Issei had to buy Christmas presents for all of his fiancées, but they technically never celebrate Christmas in a lot of these books. Yeah, but I'm trying to think. Is there any anime I've watched? Let's see. No, not My First Girlfriend's a Gal. That anime never got to it. Girlfriend Slave Virgin? Nope. Goblin Slayer definitely not because it's a different universe. So, not many anime basically come across where they've actually had stuff to do with Christmas. And it's a fun little thing. Kide basically sort of forces, Well, the thing is, in this episode, this is partially canon. Yes, there's a little bit basically where Jinpei basically gets a part-time job at the post office to help pay for the broken cat statue, which has been found out. Yep. So the little portion, basically, him going to there and getting a little love note, basically, from Chizuko, that is canon. The rest is complete anime original. Because mostly put, he just basically going around making deliveries, and he happens to come by Kide's place. Now, Kide apparently, hers is probably one of like two characters. They actually see their place a little bit more. Yeah, you actually see her bedroom in one episode. Apparently, she lives in an apartment complex. In the case of Mizuku, in the case of her, she lives in a normal house. I don't know what her family is like because they never showed a family in the series. Kind of the same with Kide. Never saw a family at all. In the case of Naga, yeah, they kind of had mostly as her servants. Because her father is a Yakuza boss. Yep, and basically 11 is kind of a part one of a two-parter. Where, like, well, basically Jinpei is just helping out some cats. Basically, Mizu overhears the fact he has a curse. Which makes the cat god very angry. So, at the end of the episode, he starts turning into a cat. So he has to text Ari and Koru, who actually do know about it. Yeah, they know about the curse, but they have countermeasures, so they're protected. So they help him out, and eventually, of course, during the course of the episode, he tries to convince her that, well, there's no curse. Somewhat unsuccessfully until Naga takes off his hat, which hides the cat ears. Eventually, he runs away, and then he turns into a cat. Though thanks to the fact the cat was very nice to her, which is basically Jinpei, and like, oh yeah, the cat won't curse her. Well, basically calmed down and turns back into normal, which he's completely naked. Oh, by the way, when Kide sees it, everybody's like shocked the fact he's naked. Mizu probably doesn't have a problem seeing him naked. In the case of Kide, she proceeds to beat the crap out of him for it, for daring to basically expose himself in front of her best friend. And Naga's like, hey, I'll join this, even her butler, too. I thought this was her father. No, but it's her butler. I thought that was so funny. And lucky enough that Ari and Kara basically pick up the clothes. And then later on, we actually have it where he drops off letters for his mother and sister. By the way, his father's absent the whole series. So eventually, then we cut to apparently where we have Mizu and Kide basically going to a New Year's shrine to celebrate New Year's. This is something I have seen in a lot of anime where characters have celebrated New Year's. A lot of, let's say, modern day anime tend to do this. From what I can tell, pretty much all of them I've watched basically have done this. Except for Bleach. Bleach never did it. Neither do Yu Hakusho. I'm not counting Hunter x Hunter because they never did anything with this at all. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Let's see. I think High School DxD did. I'm not sure. Not that I can tell anyways. But I'd say most of the anime I come across, this is very common basically, where they go to the shrine, they pray for a new year, and then of course, now this portion is actually from the manga, where they're praying at the shrine, where Kide is basically hoping to have a future with, spend the year with Jinpei. Jinpei is hoping for a future with being together with Mizu, and of course, she wants everybody's happiness, so she hints that she might want to get together with Jinpei, and then all of a sudden, the bell, basically, it's about falls off, hits him in the head, hits Mizu in the head too, which apparently that's actually good luck for those two hit him in the head. And then of course the episode ends basically with the priest getting mad that the bell's been damaged, everyone like runs away. Now that portion is in there. Now the portion they cut out is that fact that Kide and Mizu basically ask Jinpei to take care of them for the next year. Yep, which he does, from what I can tell in the manga, he does. And then they have this sort of post-credit scene where he basically runs to Chizuru, where basically everyone's like running away to school, and Mizumi's like, it looks like he's about to confess to her, and then Chizuru comes right behind and hits in the back with her bike by pure accident. And it's like, oh, he gets a letter from his father, he's going to be back somehow, possibly for a season 2. Which has never happened. It's been 11 years since the series ended. But I gotta say, this is a fun anime to watch. Despite that being really short, it's only 12 episodes. And the thing is, in 12 episodes, they don't adapt very much the manga. No, not really. For an anime that started 2 years after the manga started, they only went through, like, officially, like, the entirety of 14 chapters, plus, like, a little bit of chapters 15 and 16. Like, 15, like, the first 2 pages, and 16 pages 16 and 21. And that's it. Yeah, and most of episodes 11 and 12 are mostly anime original stuff, but the episode, what they do in here is fine. I don't have a problem with it, though. It's not like it ruins the anime. I mean, it's nice the fact they have a Christmas episode in here. That's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. I kind of wish a lot more anime I've watched basically have had this. I don't know if Izuku-chan wants to hang. I'm not sure if that's gonna have a Christmas episode or not. I don't know. But this overall was a fun anime. And one thing nice about me personally when it comes to this particular anime is that it's the 25th anime with Monica Rial in it. Though the next anime, I believe, does star her in it too. I don't think she plays the lead in the series, but she's in it, along with my other favorite voice actors. I'll discuss it right now. Now, I'm working on the manga right now, but I should be hopefully finish up soon. And that's the manga for Senkuria. Yeah, it's a manga basically about a teenage girl who turns to a zombie. But there's other characters that basically where that's one of the premises of it basically is about a kid who loves zombies. Yeah, a zombie anime. This will be something to get into. But that probably comes soon. Probably it may or may not come this week. It might come next week. Depends how long it takes me to finish reading the manga. I'm partially into that. Probably my next one. Now I will get back to Abstract War. I will eventually get back to that. But I like to read the next 3 volumes first before I get a chance to do that. Okay? So, yep. So, that's it for this particular review. And, well, going to be a review of the newest chapter for My Hero Academia. Yep. See you next video. Bye.